Ronda Rousey vs Gina Carano just finished a few hours ago. Let's go through the fights that we really kind of only tuned in for. Here we go. Nate Diaz and Mike Perry, ex-UFC guys now at the Netflix card. Oh, I tell you what, any fight fan knows, Nate Diaz just needs a little tick, and his face just starts gushing down with blood. His face, look at it. Look at that. Absolutely busted up. Busted up. You know, for those that don't or went watching too much and, oh, that's a bad stoppage. We want the knockout. We want the stoppage. That was the perfect stoppage. It was a dead man walking. Mike Perry put a beating on him. Tough to watch. You know, you gotta love the Diaz brothers. Because I don't know about you. As soon as Mike Perry put this much of a beating on him, I'm thinking, just a week ago, Nate Diaz is saying, hey, look, I want the top. I want Charles Oliveira, you know? I want the title fights. I still want the top. Oliveira, come on, Nate. Come on, Nate. You can't. Mike Perry just beat the shit out of you. A beating. We all tuned in, you know. They're good characters. Nate wants to run it back, see what happens. But Mike Perry, he is the king of violence. He lives for this. He's a true thick and through fighter. And Nate as well, legend of the game. Bit of a beat down, but yeah, can't argue with that. Good performance by Mike Perry overall. The co-main event, Francis Ngannou, ex-UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou, legend, against Philip Limbs. Legend. Come on, guys. If you know the fight game, this, we all know. If you didn't put money on Francis Ngannou knockout by first round, what are you doing? That was the freest bet of all time. It was bound to happen. This was Francis's way of, all right, Francis, your stint in the PFL was a shit show. Unfortunately, you lost in your boxing fight. Here we go. We're back. Put you back up to the top. And he did what he was going to do. In fact, you know, fair play to Philippe. I thought it was going to be within the first minutes. The fact that he kept up, you know, for 2-3 minutes, good on him. That's a win. But what else can we say? You know, he's calling out John Jones. John Jones is on the analyst desk. That was a bit of fun. You know, Johnny Bones doing the old, look at me. Look at who I am. Remember me. Ariel asked him, you know, who's the best? And he says, I'm the best heavyweight in the world. So, hey, that was a bit of storyline. Maybe if you're Jake Paul, and you know what? You can shit all over Jake Paul, but fair play to him. He's seeing the holes that the UFC and Dana White are doing, and he's saying, Jake Paul sees the potential super fight between Francis and John Jones. John Jones even went on record. He went on record. There's no worse relationship than John Jones and the UFC. John Jones said he wants out of his contract. If Jake Paul's hearing that, no, not if, he is hearing that and thinking, ooh, I got another super fight. Fair play. Good on Francis at the top. Good to see him. Say what you want about him off the cage, but he is still the scary, scary beast. Insane. And the main event of the... oh man. Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey armbars Gina Carano in 14 seconds in the first round. Oh. Similar to Francis, if you know the fight game, this was only going one way. And fair play to Ronda. You know, you can say what you want about her out of the cage, but she's still good. This was her thing. And if you were following the UFC when she was in it, she was continuously doing this. Her ground game was just levels and levels beyond any female out there. So, Ronda knew, I can make this as quick as she wants. Maybe, I wonder if behind closed doors she was thinking, oh, maybe I can let the fight go a little bit longer, have a bit of a... But, literally, ding, 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 Ronda literally basically Hamzat Chimaev's Gina. Within the first couple seconds, bang, takedown. Gina tries to get the what do we call it? The guillotine. You know, she's probably listening to Poirier a little bit too much. Goes for the guillotine and out. And before you know it, Ronda just... And that is it. 14 seconds of the main event. Ronda gets it done. And I tell you what, look at that. Fair play to Gina. That is the face of a lady who just said, you know what? Fuck this. I just made $1.5 million in 14 seconds. Fair play. Gina's a real one. So even she, no matter how much she practiced, she just knew as soon as it got to the ground, I'm done. I'm fucked. Look at that face. You gotta respect it. That's, at least she's not, oh, cheated. No. That's just a face of someone who said, this is more, I'm happy. I'm good. Oh, poor thing. Gina Carano, what can you do? Fair. Can I just quickly say, Gina Carano, oh my God, how good is she looking? Look at this. That might just be one of the most perfect, as a dude, as a bloke, as a man, that might just be one of the most perfect side profiles you can get. Oh, obviously we're here to talk about the fight game, so, but look at that. That's like Amber Heard, Meghan Markle level. Oh, gorgeous. But anyways, back to the fight. The main event. What happened, right? Rafael Nadal. What happened? Happened. Good build up. You know, Ronda said this is the biggest MMA fight in history and people would talk about it for years and years. Don't know about that. But hey, you gotta give him credit. Gina, an OG of the OG. Women's mixed martial arts fighter. Ronda, you know, really did take the UFC to another level when she was in her reign. What else can we say about it, guys? That was the MVP card. You know, besides those 3 fights, I think those are the 3 fights we all wanted to tune into. Those are the ones I tuned into. The other ones, That's it. What else can we say? It was a good card. No, what am I saying? It was a card. We watched it. They got us. Simple as that. They did it again.